but I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is Love and Marriage Huntsville Afterthoughts, where I talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, but the craziness that happens after the show and outside of the show. So I want to thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share my live as well. Also hit your notification bell so you can know when I go on. But let me say hey to Miss Chi-Town. She welcomes everybody to the Candy Shop and Afterthoughts show. Please hit that like button, and Happy New Year, everybody. Also, rest in peace to Gangsta Boo. That is very sad to hear that she passed away at such a young age. I'm not sure what happened, but I know the story is still developing. So rest in peace to her. My best friend from college, that was her favorite female rapper. So it is sad to hear. And Chi-Town, you hungover? I'm not hungover at all. I drank water last night. Hey, Vicky Black, good to see you. So let's get into this reunion. So first of all, I know there was a blackout with the show. For a while, I had stopped watching it. That's why I stopped reviewing it. It was becoming boring to me, and it was too much drama outside of the show. So it was too much going on, especially with Stormy and people trying to take down her business. I didn't want to see it. But let's get into the show. Starts off with Carlos King going to visit them, like Andy Cohen, prior to the reunion, going to visit them in their dressing room and all of that. So already Tisha is being shady, talking about the person wearing the Mr. T necklace is who started all the drama. We know that Miss Wanda started the drama. I don't think Melody started anything. This is a Team Melody channel, but I will say this. With Melody, throughout the reunion, I did not like her attitude. And I know that some of the male supporters said she has a right to feel that way, but sometimes you have to be professional and you have to be mature. And I just feel like Melody was a little immature on this reunion, and how she was responding to everybody. Like, everybody has done stuff to each other, so it's no reason to still be coming off bitter. Like, she just seemed very bitter to me, and I'm Team Mel. So, right, but let's talk about the outfits. And I took some notes, so if you see me look down, I'm looking at my notes. But the outfit, starting off with Mel, I did like her look the best. I wish that Mel would have, I don't know. The only thing I didn't like was how low it was cut. I don't know if she had too much boobs for the top, but I didn't like the way the boobs looked in front. But I loved her outfit the best. I did not care for Tisha's outfit. I didn't like the slit in it. It was too big or too long. Hey, Evangelist Val, Happy New Year. Good to see you. But Tisha's dress, the concept was cute, but to sit down and have to look at, she had to watch the way that she sat in the dress. I didn't like it at all. I did not care for Kimmy's dress either. I like Kiki. Miss Wanda, I loved her hair. I did not like the dress either. So I really only like Mel's dress. Michelle said, not bitter, but fed up and annoyed, in my opinion. Yeah. She did. I can say she was fed up, but I don't know. Everybody comes on there and they agreed to do this show. So you agree to all of the outcomes and everything that has happened. Like, to me, everybody has had things done to them on this show. And like Carlos said, they throw light shade at each other. But Mel, I wasn't feeling it. I was wanting more. Like, I was wanting her to, I'm not going to say be the bigger person, but not be so like petty. To me, she seemed a little petty. But I agree with you, Michelle. She was fed up and annoyed. Me either, Candy. Yeah. Now going to when they talked about the business. This is where we get into Mel's I guess she was being real. Carlos King highlighted all of the businesses, everything that everybody has done. They all said they were proud. Mel was like, what did she say? She said, I don't care what nobody is doing. Last year, I said I was proud of everybody, and I said it last year. I don't care what they're doing this year. So I thought, come on now. And maybe I don't think it's being fake to say that you're proud of people, but looking at the bigger picture, you have to acknowledge everything that all of these people have done. They've all been successful. So I just felt like her remarks were in poor taste. Now, like I said, I'm a millimeter, but I'm still gonna hold her accountable for how she's acted. Mel looked like she was just over the season like we were too. Yeah, true. Mel was funny to me last night. And hey, Young Rich, she spoke truths about Maurice Luther King. Right. And I'm getting to that. So she was mad at Maurice because of comments that he made in an interview about her and Kimmy not really being close friends. And I agree with her on that part. Like, first of all, it appears, because I didn't see the interview, but it sounds like they were asking Kimmy the question, but Maurice answered for Kimmy. Maurice, like Mel said, don't have all the answers. And he tries to be politically correct and have the perfect answer, and it comes off being fake. So I agree with her. I understand why she had an issue with him, because he can't speak for his wife, and for him to kind of like downgrade their relationship and then uplift him and Martell it's like a slap in the face. So I definitely agree with her on that. Mel is walking into that 40s I don't give a F attitude. Yes, you don't have to give an F, but I really wish, like I said, I wish Mel would have gave us more. Like I was wanting more commentary, not pettiness, but more. I don't know. Y'all know, y'all watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. When those ladies go on there, those ladies throw shade, but they come with it. They're not just sitting there looking like petty little, I don't know. They conduct themselves like women. And if they feel a way about something, they speak on it, and they don't hold their tongue. They don't make little faces. They literally do speak on how they're feeling. And I needed Mel to come and stand in how she was feeling with a lot of stuff, but also acknowledge the good things that they've done as well. So, but I agree with her with the Maurice thing, because Maurice was wrong for that. Younger said, do you think it is true about the sex parties in the office? I was about to get to that. The sex parties in the office, we can go to that now. So, well, you know what? I'll answer that question in a little bit, Young Rich, because I wrote my notes and I'm gonna stay on track. So now we move to the lawsuit against Sculpt. I didn't know there was a lawsuit against Sculpt, but I guess during the pandemic, some work didn't get done, and so now they're being sued by one of the contracts that they had. And so it sounds like it's very unfortunate. Allegedly, well, they're trying to say that Marceau took his trip to Africa because he was stressed about this lawsuit and some other stuff. Sounds like some bullshit to me. I'm sorry. It's just straight bullshit about him going to Africa. This man, I still feel that let's get into the cheating with Marceau, because that's what came up next. So I still feel like this man is cheating. I feel like Letitia is very delusional. They quoted her by saying, if Marceau is cheating, God will reveal it to me. Like, ma'am, it's been so many people on the show that have said that this man has 20 girlfriends. He's doing this, he's doing that. Letitia is the main reason why, if one of my friends' men was cheating, I'm not telling them, because they're going to turn on me. People know what their spouse is doing. Letitia, I feel, chooses not to acknowledge it because she doesn't have solid evidence. But who knows what happens off of the show? It does appear that she could be questioning him. So I don't know if she's being delusional or she's trying to save face for this TV show. But something ain't right in the milk, as they say. Let me get to some of y'all comments. Letitia kind of ate Martell up a little bit, I must say. How did she eat Martell up? Just by the light shade she threw, talking about, oh, he wasn't in the gym. The lawsuit is a mess, and they false advertised too. Who false advertised? The Scope? And so apparently the lawsuit and everything that came, was this prior to Martell's buyout or after Letitia bought Martell out? That's what's interesting. Younger said, I hope Marcel not cheating. I hate to see them get divorced, but I feel like he definitely is. So I feel like he is too. And I can say this with Letitia. So let me I'm going to try to say this as clear as possible so it makes sense. I can understand, and I'm going to go to your comment too, Chantel. Letitia is trying to save face. I can understand though. Let's say she found out her husband is cheating. Her and Marcel have built up so much together. I myself would be like, I don't know if I'm going to walk away from this marriage. I'm not going to let another woman take away what me and my husband have built. We're going to go through counseling. For me, a deal breaker is, let's say my husband has a child. So, or if he's repeatedly cheating, but I just couldn't see myself walking away from everything that me and him have built together, especially with how long that they've been together. And I think she needs to be upfront with that. She's saying that, oh, if I find out he's cheating, even 7 years ago that he cheated, I'm leaving. I don't think she's leaving. I think they're going to deal with it and they're going to work through it. And she needs to be honest about that. I would have more respect for her if she was just honest about that versus saying, I don't think my husband cheated. I don't think he did this. I don't think he did that. Just be honest. Like everybody knows this man has cheated. Everybody. Even Ariane 2 years ago somewhat confirmed it, saying that she set him up with one of her friends. And then Ariane also, I believe, knew Alonda, the alleged side chick. That I was confused when Melody was talking about having somebody come to the show, or they wanted to pay somebody to come to the show. The Melody had the alleged woman with her. Was it Alonda? And I think I still have that picture of Alonda. Nope, I don't have it. But was it Alonda that Melody's hairstylist and allegedly Martell Holt's cousin? Is that the person that Melody called Carlos King and had around her or whatever? That's what I want to know. So we need to do a little bit more digging on that. Let me read some of these comments. It was after the buyout. Okay. When she said Scope was a multi-million, whatever she said about the business after Martell sold it to them. Right. So she did say that after that. Letitia with the puppets was corny though. Like, girl, what? Yes, I definitely agree. The puppets were very, very corny. And I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. So, girl. Oh, when Mel was talking about the alleged woman and then planning a girls' trip, and this woman was supposed to confront Tisha and let Tisha know that she didn't know Marcel was married. All of that sounded crazy to me. Mel, I see what this is where, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Like I said, I am a millimeter, but the way Mel is moving, Tisha does have a right to feel a way about Mel. Like, none of these people seem like they were actually true friends. And I don't know why Mel it seems like throughout her friendship with Tisha, has always wanted to let Tisha know about Marcel cheating. Could it be like, did Mel want to do that because Martell was cheating on her? I don't know. But on both sides, both ladies they move funny, but Mel moved very funny. And it sounded like Mel is that type of friend that is always dealing with the ops. And that would look questionable to me. So, and it was Alonda. Okay. Now, Young Rich, I think I'm coming to one of your things. Yes, the sex parties. And hey, the Let see, Happy New Year. Hey, Nola Reeds, good to see you. So I'm gonna go back to Young Rich's question about the sex parties, the sex parties. So I do believe that they had whatever going on, because 2 years ago, if y'all recall, there was a club in Huntsville that it was rumored that the men were meeting at this club and having the parties at that. It was a club. I forgot what it was called, but this was 2 years ago in Huntsville. And the guy it was like so much drama on Facebook because the owner of the club ended up having to shut his club's page down on Facebook. It was so many people leaving comments. There was an alleged woman at the center of it that like told everything, and then they tried to say she was lying. But allegedly 2 years ago, all of the men on the show, including Maurice, because this is when I realized, well, when I started to hear about rumors about Maurice cheating, but all of these men used to meet at this particular club in Huntsville and have parties there. And there were bedrooms on the lower level of this club. Now, this is what I heard 2 years ago. So I think there is definitely some truth to the sex parties at Credit One. And then for Kimmy to get up there talking about they were just listening to music, they wanted to be able to listen to music. I don't think so. Yes, he going back to Marceau cheating. He clearly he probably don't wear a ring. Does he wear a ring on the show? No. And yes, please hit that like button. So this is what got me about part of that. Marceau tried to say that he wasn't there. No, not Young Rich, not with each other. And I don't want them suing me. So let me put on my alleged banner, because Maurice sounded very serious about suing people, saying that they were having sex parties. So this is allegedly. And a lot of this stuff that I'm saying is things that have been said for years now. So 2 years ago, they were saying they had these sex parties, but they were at a club. This is the first time that I'm hearing that it was at Credit One. I always heard that it was at a club in Huntsville. And hey, Shanna, good to see you. And Shaidan said Kimmy had moved out already from the office upstairs when all this was going on. Really? Thanks for the reminder to hit. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Yes, hit that like button. So it's funny to me that anytime that the cheating stuff comes up with Marceau, instead of him just flat out answering questions, when Carlos was shooting all them questions at them, nobody really wanted to answer. Tisha was answering. Martell was quiet. Maurice was kind of quiet. And then Marceau was quiet. And when he would say something, he was kind of guarded or defensive. So to me, that speaks volumes. It clearly appears that this man has cheated on his wife. And the thing is, he thinks he's really good at it. He's cocky about it. And if I were Tisha, which I assume she already is, I know I would be questioning my husband behind the scenes, because you're not going to come on national TV and make me look like a goddamn fool. So you need to get it together. We need to work through this and keep it moving. Younger said, wait, remember when he said he had sex with 7 different people at once? Yes, Maurice said that before he got serious with Kim. I remember he said that. And people was like, was it a man or a woman or both? So they didn't even know what he was with. He just said 7 different people. He could have been. And he put his own foot in his mouth saying that, because he said that on a reunion show, I believe, when he talked about being with them 7 people and being promiscuous. Candy, you're right. It was 2 different locations and one was above the club. Oh, see? Yeah. But what was I about to say? I had something else to say. Oh, what did y'all think of Martell talking about basically keeping their secrets? He's not going to expose anything. Like, he basically is saying that all these men have cheated. So, excellent. Right. I agree, Nola. She can't ask no disrespectful questions, but it's so crazy to me. And I know, like Carlos said, Carlos was kept throwing shade at Tisha to me, talking about, I know you're just now getting your worth. You're finding your worth, which it makes Tisha sound so, I would be embarrassed just by the fact that people think I'm dumb. What else did they say about her? They thought she was dumb, slow, naive, green. She just comes off delusional. I don't think she's dumb or slow. I just think she's delusional. I think she doesn't want to put all of her stuff out there. But it appears, we got to see a glimpse of it a few weeks ago when Marceau had that meeting with Melody. It appears that Tisha does get mad and question him about stuff, but we never really get to see it on camera. They don't want to air that. They want to act like they're this model couple, but they don't realize it's making people go digging even more for their skeletons. So they need to just keep it all the way 100. Melody and Martell put their business out there on the show. Bloggers, we've talked about all this stuff. They need to keep it all the way 100. They signed up for this. This is what they signed up for. Maurice said that in Las Vegas when they were having the game time. I thought he said it on the reunion too. I'm sorry, but Tisha's less than smart and has tunnel vision. No, I think she's very smart, book smart, and I think she has common sense. But I think she, for one thing that got me was when she said she built her whole life around her marriage. I just couldn't see myself doing that. And I've been married twice. I'm with my second husband now, hopefully my last husband. But throughout my life, I cannot build my life around my husband. Like, me and my husband had both separate lives outside of us. Now we can come together, we can work together, but we still keep our individuality. He has his goals, I have mine, and what we do is support each other with our goals. But other than that, I'm not building nothing. Like, I'm not living my life just for the marriage and the kids and all that. I think that is so crazy, and I don't know if she thought that that's what women were supposed to do because of her mom, or she's trying to right the wrongs of whatever people did in the past. I don't know. But I think Tisha is living in a fantasy world. She wants us to see her one way on TV, but she's another way off TV. So we can, I'm going to drop the link soon because I have a lot of little alleged things to talk about, because it goes into, now remember, allegedly, Marceau's first son is by allegedly her cousin. So she ain't that dumb. I think I just think she's delusional. I'm gonna be nice. Noah said, I felt he exposed everything the men, verbals, and nonverbal communication told on each other. Exactly. It definitely told on each other. And if I was Tisha, I would have been upset. Like, what? Like, Marceau, why ain't Martell answering? And did y'all see when she was getting mad at Kiki for saying what she said? Marceau was like, don't do all that. Sit up. Don't do all that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I would have been like, I didn't sign up for a daddy. I signed up for a husband. So you need to support me. If I'm feeling a way about something, this is my reaction to it. So, you think she got? I think Tisha has some common sense. Like I said, I think she's trying to. I'm flashing. I think she's trying to save face for TV, but I think Tisha is very different off of TV, because even her cousin confirmed that prior to the TV show, she actually did question her. Well, come to her about Marceau allegedly cheating, or allegedly another woman. And I can't wait until the next episode where we can see how he explains away this picture of this naked woman. And they already, now don't forget this, because they brought this up too, the back. That is Marceau's back. They brought that up too. So which was just funny to me. I love Carlos as a host because he was really digging in. Better than Andy Cohen. I actually like Carlos better than Andy Cohen. People's sense of marriage is thrown, and hers is very old school. Right. And screwed up. But look how she was raised, and when she was, exactly. I think it was her mom. What, Young Rich? Paul's Marceau's first son. Yes. Now, I talked about this a while ago. Let me see. I think I still might have the picture of Marceau's alleged first son. I'm going to say alleged. Do I have that picture still? Bear with me, y'all. I'm going to take my time. Oh, you know what? I think I deleted that damn picture because I do not see it. Well, Marceau allegedly has a son that looks just like him. And allegedly it is by Tisha's cousin. A person is going to only do what you allow them to do. You and teacher allows him to speak to her. Tisha allows him. Hey, protect my energy. Happy New Year. Good to see you. That is definitely Marceau. Yep, that picture is him. Please hit that like button. It is free. That's my first time seeing that back pic. Yeah, that's definitely him. So MJ is not Tisha's son. No. So MJ is Tisha's son, but there's another one, Michelle, that came out. It was like a while ago. I did a show on it. you'll have to look at my other shows. I had the picture, but I don't know what I did with it. I might have deleted it because it's only so much that you can load into StreamYard. Um, is this it? That yes. Now they're saying allegedly this young man is actually Marceau's first son, and this picture says, "Oh, look at Marceau Jr. here with his mama Wanda cousin. Is a very nice woman. It was great she allowed him to change his name to his stepfather since you turned out to be a living piece of shit." But this allegedly is Marceau's first son, and y'all, please, Love and Marriage Huntsville, don't sue me. This is all what's just being put out there. But this woman is supposed to be Miss Wanda's cousin that Marceau got with years ago, and this is the son. I don't believe he's a minor anymore. I think he is over 18. So that was that came out like a few months ago. Yes, and let me get back on track because I'm starting to get off track. So we talked about Tisha saying she built her marriage or built her life around her marriage, which I think is crazy. And we talked about Kiki confirming that Tisha came to her. I was about to call her Tasha. Oh, and Tisha and them damn puppets. Michelle, you mentioned it, I think, earlier. Those puppets were a mess. I didn't. It didn't give what it was supposed to give. And it reminded me of Kenya Moore and her antics. Like, I used to hate when Kenya would be real corny on Housewives of Atlanta with all her bullshit. This is what it reminded me of. Whoever told Tisha that this was a good idea needs to be fired because it looked a mess. And her talking to him, yeah, all of them was laughing. They was laughing at her. She thought they were laughing with her. They were laughing at her. So, Miss Wanda, if you're out there, please take them damn puppets away from your daughter. Tell her not to do that no more. Then, yeah, the last thing I had was the picture of the phone. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for anybody that wants to join. Let's see. Shaitan said, and he is adopted now by the husband. Oh, by the step. Wow. So try to be Kenya and Phil. Right. She did. That was so lame. Yes. Not to mention on Kenya now, as she just appeared on my TV. And Happy New Year, Toria. Good to see you. But yes, this reunion, as soon as you mentioned Kenya, she popped up. That's funny. But this reunion, it was okay. I'm ready to see what unfolds on the show. I think I could keep this my little live 30 minutes if nobody. You can't hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? I didn't mute or anything. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. All right, good. I don't know what's going on, Toria. You might have to come back in and come out. But the reunion I thought was good. They focused a lot on Tisha and the cheating. Thank you. Hey, Nola.
Yeah, girl, I had to come up and support.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm. I'm loving these red braids. I am loving them. Listen, I know we like to change our hairstyle, but I wouldn't be mad if you did a redo of the red braids.
Yeah, I am going to do it. Thank you. So I watched part of your live. I stopped watching it because I didn't want to your opinions to cloud mine. So I was like,
sorry.
But I saw some of your opinions. But what is the deal with Tisha? What are your thoughts on her?
It's giving me, my mama said, no matter what, you stay with that man. You don't leave that man. He providing a good home, and you make him take care of you and them children.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, because I don't get it. Like I said, now I will say this: I don't want to lose my marriage over just some skimpy woman or whatever. But the thing is, though, if this man is constantly cheating and like it, I don't know. I guess for me, it definitely would be it would depend on what he actually had going on with these other women. Because from what we heard in the YouTube streets, he's buying people cars, like really
Well,
financing
she alluded to that. She alluded to Martell sending her. She said the receipts Martell sent her about him buying a Mercedes for someone.
them.
So,
And I
for my thing
noticed.
is, it to me, when you say that,
Mm-hmm.
you give credence. And I'm not saying that she is, but just in thinking, even after my review and sitting back and thinking about it, you give credence to when people say you are jealous of Mel. And here's why I say that. You give credence to it because if Martell allegedly, according to her, sent her receipts of a woman, a
Mm-hmm.
supposed woman, and a supposed Mercedes being bought, along with the fact of the 20 girlfriends, along with the fact of he's still sitting on the stage and he could have dead the situation and said, no, he didn't cheat, along with all of the nonverbal confirmations that he gave. Why do you still have more smoke for Melody than
Thank,
you do for Martell?
thank
Why
you.
don't you have the same smoke for both of them? And a lot of the things that you say Mel said, they have had to come back and say, no, Melody did not say that. It was Martell who said it. Yet you are still
Exactly.
holding statements against her that was made by her husband. And then you want to say, well, y'all are together and the two of y'all are one. Well, if the two of y'all are one, according to you, then baby, your husband helped ruin her marriage when he was giving money for BMW repairs and providing flowers and things like that when Martell could not be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would feel more mad. Like, to me, Mel has reason to be mad at Tisha in regards to the whole Arion thing, because it's like all of them knew about Martell's girl before she even did. And then what got me with what Tisha was saying on the show, when she was like, if they really knew something, they would put it out there. All that stuff they put out about them, and if he was cheating, it would be obvious. Mel was picking up the phone. Like, she could say everything that was happening with Mel, but she could not speak on her own situation. It's like she
It
kept
gave
deflecting.
it gave deflection, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely gave deflection, and that's why a lot of people don't like her. I want her to, when somebody asks her about her and Martell, I need her to answer. Her and Marceau. I need her to answer about her and Marceau without referring back to somebody else's cheating allegations and what happened in their relationship. We already know what happened with Marceau and Mel. We already know he was cheating, Martell and whatever. The baby is proof of the cheatation. Okay, the baby is proof of that. We tired of that. We already know that. But I need you, ma'am, to speak on you and your husband when you're asked about it, and then you get mad when people say certain things
Yeah.
about you and your husband, but you don't speak on you and your husband. And then here's another thing. You keep asking for receipts when y'all have already come out and said that it is in y'all contract that y'all have with Carlos that y'all issues will not be discussed as far as infidelities on the camera. So stop asking for receipts that you know cannot be given on camera based on your contractual agreement.
Right.
You
I
did that to try to make them look like a lie, but if you all were being open, honest, and transparent, then you wouldn't need that in your contract. If you had never faced anything with infidelity, either during the show or prior to the show, you would not need that in your contract.
exactly. I wanted to. It was something you said that I 100% agree with them, and when they're asked questions about the cheating allegations, they both become defensive. It's like they're keeping up this facade, and I would have so much more respect, especially for Tisha, if they would just answer the questions and answer, like, stand in their stuff, like, be real. No marriage is perfect, and I don't know. It makes me mad that they sit up there, they lie, and they try to sit on this high horse above everybody else, including Melody. And then want to point fingers at everybody else, but not acknowledge their faults. That's what pisses me off about them.
You know what else? I'm sorry. I am sick and tired of them trying to get Melody off of a show that she helped create. That if it had not been for her, we wouldn't even know them. And y'all think y'all that bothers me. That bothers me. Not saying that they have to kiss her butt because you don't. But
Mm-hmm.
do not sit up here and act like the world don't know who y'all are because of this lady.
Right. And I,
And then y'all want her off the show. And like I said earlier, all y'all, it's an ensemble cast. I'm sorry. And this is just my opinion. And you know what? I'm not sorry. It's my opinion. None of them alone are spinoff worthy, which means you can't carry a show on your own.
yeah, they don't.
Mailboxing up Seven Heaven. I know it's Seven Avenue, but I call it Seven Heaven. Mailboxing up Seven Heaven is not enough to keep a show going on its own. Her conversations with her mama and the children. You're going to need the drama somewhere when it comes to reality TV. We had the Welcome to Bessemer episode, which would have been an opportunity for Tisha and Marceau to test being a spinoff, which I think that's what it was, honestly. And the people were literally on Twitter saying they did not want it.
Yes.
But they are ruining with trying to be the it couple, the it factor. They are ruining the show.
Yes, they are. And I want to go back to Mel though. Because earlier I said I didn't like the way Mel was in the show. That what I was wanting from Mel, like I liked the beginning when she told Maurice why she was mad at him. But I really would like for her, and I know y'all feel she's over it. I really would like for her to speak though, say why she's over it. Like I want her to give the smoke to Tisha. I want her to like respond because it just seemed like she comes off petty. She makes faces, but it's like I don't know. It's just not giving what I wanted to give. Whereas on Housewives of Atlanta, they really do. They will stand in their stuff and say how they feel and be like, I'm not talking to you because this, that, and the other. Like they come with it. And I just didn't get that from Melody. It was like that was missing.
I agree. I agree. That's why I say I'm mad. If I would have appreciated if she would have said, like I said, for instance, the issue that she was speaking on in regards to being mad with Maurice about what he said. Thank you for the cash app. I know it's not my channel, but I was saying thank you.
Thank you, Toria.
In regards to the issue with Maurice, is like, Kimmy and I, we are not everyday friends, just like I said, but you saying it the way you said it, as if we were not friends at all, gives credence to what everybody else is saying in that I'm a bad friend. Stand on it. Like I wanted Mel to walk in this reunion and say what she had to say with her whole chest. Like at the end of the day, if she would have walked on that stage and fulfilled her contractual obligation and called everybody out and said what she had to say as the same way she called Carlos ass to the carpet, like, yeah, you lying. You were on the phone with me and that girl. Stop playing.
Yep.
You wanted it on the show just as much as I did, but y'all didn't want to pay that girl what she wanted to be paid. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna pay me, you gotta pay me to come blow up my life because I see what coleslaw getting. You're gonna have to pay me to come blow up my life.
Right. Youngster said off topic, but did y'all see Stormy hanging out with Sheree? I like
It
Stormy and
does.
all, but she looking kind of funny. Yeah, I posted the live from last night that Martell his live or whatever, and I saw it. Um, I just with Stormy, I'm indifferent. Um, I don't know how to feel about her. The way she was presented on the show, she was presented as Mel's friend, but we don't know how close they were. We don't know the dynamics of their friendship. So I mean, I don't know. It's all over the place. And then I don't want to say too much on Stormy because of the simple fact that this lady, I don't know if you saw her tweets and her posts where she was saying that she's battled depression and all this other stuff. I don't want to go too hard on her, but she does move funny. I will say that. And I've said that since she's been on the show from the beginning. Any thoughts on her, Nola?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Mental illness is a very real thing. Depression is a very real thing. But I also feel like when you know you have those illnesses, and shout out to Jeremy Speaks TV, like you said, why be on this show? Because you're gonna face backlash. And if you moving in what seems to be a slimy way, you're gonna get it, regardless of whose fraction of fans that you are in. Now, at the end of the day, we saw Mel tell her, it don't matter about my issues with them. Get to know everybody yourself. It's the collection of things in a way it seems like Stormy is moving. It's the when Mel put out the product about Sugar Mama, then here Stormy come with what seems like to be a shady post. Then when Mel put out something else, here comes Stormy with what seems like to be a shady post. Then Ariane coming out and saying, you definitely know me. And allegedly that Tea Party scene that Ariane shot for her little video that she said she's gonna do her YouTubes. Allegedly, that was taped at Stormy's house.
What?
Allegedly,
I didn't know
that
that.
came out like over the Christmas break while they was on hiatus. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. But when you are adding these different things in together like this, it makes it looks bad.
Hey, Fifi.
It
Yeah.
looks bad on her part. Now, I'm not saying she can't be, because I'm a firm believer in just because other people don't get along doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, that we can't be friends. I'm a firm believer in that, but it's how you moving. And if this is how Stormy is moving, and we don't see that anything truly happened between her and Mel, especially when they've both taken to social media and said, stop trying to make it be something because we don't have an issue. And then all of a sudden, if she comes back next season and we see her just beefing with Mel for no reason and we don't get an explanation, or we find out it's because she's had conversations with these other people in regards to Mel or things like that, then I'm gonna say, yeah, you was moving real slick and slimy and shady. And I, for one, am gonna be definitely disappointed because it's gonna give me, you wanted to go with the gang up, go along, get along mentality to come back for this check that you didn't need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not cool. And I don't like what Stormy Mama said as far as her saying that somebody told her, because she confirmed it. I don't know if you saw Wanda's live
Yeah,
last
I
night,
watched it.
but she confirmed it on Wanda's live that she didn't hear Mel say Stormy was ghetto. It was told to her. And I can just about guess who told her that Mel said Stormy was ghetto. I can just about guess and who said that. And if she didn't want her on the show, or if she wanted to feel like, oh, Mel feels like she's better, or if Mel wanted to feel like, oh, I'm better than her, then why the first scene we see with them together is Mel going to her, asking her for advice,
Right.
showing
Exactly.
off in her warehouse? They could have had that conversation down to a restaurant.
Exactly. And shout out to Cheryl. Thank you for the $5 super sticker, let me talk super chat. Hey Lamar, the real estate insider. Thank you for the super sticker as well. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Hey, Ronnie F, Happy New Year. I think Stormy's business skills are good for a reality show, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I think her business skills are good as well. And I didn't like the fact that millimeters were trying to come after her business because
I didn't
that
like
part
that
was,
either.
yeah, that was too much. Like, don't try to mess up somebody's livelihood. Like, it's just a show. They were doing too much. And thank you, Toria. Yes, please hit that like button. It definitely keeps me in the algorithm. Um, didn't Destiny call Stormy Ghetto too? Destiny did, I think.
She did it first, but there's no smoke for her, which leads me to the somebody had to go back and say that, because we're going to put everything on Mel. We're going to act like everything Mel says the first time we've heard these despicable things. And that's the part that don't that I don't get. It take all of y'all to come against this one woman.
Right. And then no, they have no reason to. I don't understand why they're coming at her so hard. Martell don't even come at her like the way that they're coming at her. It's crazy. Um I was
But I'm
about
gonna drop down back to the chat. I just wanted to come and
to,
show support.
all right. Well, this was fun. Thank you for joining me. I need to join yours one day.
Yes, please
my
do. Please
kitchen.
do. You know you're more than welcome. Open invitation.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining. I will see you in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye. But yes, Nola hit on some key points, which I 100% agree with her. Michelle said, right, like Tisha said, Mel went to the courthouse and pulled their records. Right. Like the only person I knew of pulling their records was the YouTube content creator, Black Titanic. Now, if they're trying to say Black Titanic worked for Mel, that's interesting. But that was new to me hearing that. I just knew millimeters got so upset that they pulled their records. And thank you, Vernon Speak Sports, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you. But the reunion was good. Like I said, I wish Mel would have gave more. Tisha is delusional. Kiki was trying to play both sides, and of course, it is her cousin. Mel needs to. If Mel is gonna try to talk to, I don't know. I don't even know if to call Kiki an op or not. But I'll say this: if I am not in a good place with somebody, I'm not going to seek out their cousin to be friends with, because that's their cousin, that's their blood. So they're going to talk to that person. I think Mel, that's the part that I didn't like about Mel. It just sounds like she was dealing with a lot of Tisha's ops, and whatever their relationship was, it was never a real friendship. Toria said, I kind of like Martell with Sheree at first. I did not, but now he seems really happy with her. Yeah, I like Martell with Sheree too. They seem like a really good couple. It looks like they are actually together when people were trying to say that they weren't, but they are actually together. What happened to Tiffany and her man? Right, the Whitlows. Where are they? Do y'all think they're gonna be on the reunion? Because they've been mighty quiet. I know she's having a baby, but they after the little stint with the therapist, they dipped. So any final thoughts? I'm about to get off here. This was really, really fun. It has been a minute since I've talked about this show because I wasn't feeling it, but the reunion, it was good. Some of the stuff was coming out. I hope more information comes out in the next in the next 2 episodes. Shout out to Carlos King with asking those questions, because he didn't spare nobody. And when he asks, I want to see what Destiny has to say about him asking her about her not being married and not having love or whatever. And I was in a Facebook group and they was like, Melody is not married either. And so why is she on the show? But Melody started the show. She was once married. So yes, Tiffany is pregnant. They're about to have a little baby if they haven't had it already. But thank y'all for joining me. I think I am going to go ahead and end it here. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to go live as well. I'll be posting some shorts as well about my opinion on the show. I see a lot of stuff in these Facebook groups that I do want to talk about. So I'll do some shorts, but I'll be going live. I might talk about Potomac or talk more about Love and Marriage Huntsville. But be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. And again, I am Candace of the Candy Shop. Carlos is a good host for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I prefer him over Egypt. Me too. I prefer Carlos as well. Yes, I think I will do Potomac tomorrow. So I have to get caught up with the show. I think I'm 2 episodes behind. But I'll be talking about Potomac tomorrow. After, I think Deb and Busy, they do it as well on Mondays, I believe. So I'm gonna try to go on after them. What happened to Chef Hannah? Chef Hannah, I stopped doing Mimosa Monday. Chef Hannah is around. You know what? I could do Mimosa Monday and ask her to review the show. She's still here. We have talked about coming back on again together. I just stopped going live regularly on Monday, and so that's why we haven't done Mimosa Monday together. But I might do it tomorrow and ask Chef Hannah. So thank you guys for joining me. Again, I'm Candace of the Candy Shop. You guys have a good evening. Bye, everybody. But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop.